And welcome back to the Xfinity Desk. We are here with the HCS Pro League fall season. Join with me is T Squared, and we just watched two awesome matches. We saw Game 5 already. We saw LOL come out and be extremely strong here, defeating Enigma 6, and now we've got another awesome matchup, one that is going to be paramount to making it to finals here, and that's Evil Geniuses going up against Team Liquid, two of the top contenders here for that spot.
Yeah, and we have to keep in mind the head-to-head matchup as well. And we were just having this conversation during the break where LOL, they're making their way up. And I think it's going to come down to, these two positions. Obviously, Envy and Optic, they're looking so strong. I think that they're going to make it into the playoffs. But I think the big race is going to come down to EG, Team Liquid, and LOL. And even Luminosity, as Richie was saying, they've really benefited. So in my opinion, those are the teams that you have to watch out for. Out of those four teams, only two other teams are going to be making it into the playoffs.
All right, now let's take a look at the squad here. Of course, you've got the twins, Lunchbox and Roy. You've got Ninja, who is, like a wild card on this team. We've seen amazing things, and we've seen some poor performances as well. And then, of course, the newest addition, the most coveted free agent that we're looking at there, that's going to be Stellar.
Yeah, and this team, they're looking good. I think that they have what it takes. I think that they're going to make some improvements. But the thing is Roy and Lunchbox, they have a lot to say on how they think that a team should play. So is that going to be too much input for Stellar, or is Stellar going to come out and be able to perform? They're going up against a Team Liquid lineup, which, again, they haven't changed. So they're feeling good about their four players on their team. And even though Team Liquid did lose to LOL, or I guess the scrappy LOL squad at Esports Arena, I really do think that Team Liquid is a top contender here, and this is going to be a great series.
Yeah, I mean, last season it was always a question on which E6 shows up. Well, E6 has been pretty consistent there, and it's really Team Liquid. It's Team Liquid, arguably a top 4 team. They 3-0'd Envious in week 1, which was insane. They were doing good at Esports Arena, but then you had that lineup of Ace, Contra, Baby J, and Renegade actually take down Team Liquid. We touched on it before, 43-36, just under, I think it was a minute and a half, something like that, left in the game to play, and essentially had 2 unanswered, all 4 downs to bring back and win that game. Was absolutely insane. And then Liquid, of course, starting to struggle a little bit. They're really a hit or miss team on which Liquid is showing up.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is when they're playing at their best, they have what it takes to beat Envy 3-0. But when they're playing at their worst, they look extremely sloppy and possibly a relegation team. So I want to see which team Liquid is going to rise to the occasion today, because Evil Geniuses, they're going to be tough. I mean, Ninja, he's going to be playing at a really high level. Roy's going to be playing at a really high level. I think the X factors are those two guys. I think that Lunchbox and Stellar, they're going to be pretty consistent. But Roy and Ninja, they don't have to carry this team, but they have to play at their best, because when they're playing at their best, they're some of the best players in Halo 5. So to me, I look at those guys and say, hey guys, you guys got to step it up and play at your true form.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There, it shows right there that Stellar was doing great things on Enigma 6, had a big lead for that team in the Pro League, but then Evil Geniuses, this is an Evil Geniuses squad that's coming off an 0-6 week 3. They lost both series, and they didn't win a game in those series.
Yeah,
so that was
abysmal performance last week.
Exactly. So they really need to bounce back here with Stellar. I mean, that's a great opportunity to do so. Victory X, we all talk about how underrated he is, but Stellar, he's not underrated. Everyone knows exactly how good this kid is, and that's why he was such a highly sought after free agent over these last 2 weeks.
He was. I just hope that Evil Geniuses doesn't think that Stellar is going to come in and fix all their problems. They have to all look individually. Lunch, Roy, and Ninja all have to look and say, all right, guys, we have to personally step it up here and make Stellar just feel comfortable, because coming off and starting a loss off against Team Liquid, that's going to be 3 losses in a row. That's not what you want to do for Evil Geniuses. That's not what the EG fans want to see.
Yeah, I mean, and Stellar, Evil Geniuses has consistently been rotating out fourths. You've got Lunch and Roy, of course. You had Snipe Down on that team for a very, very long time. But then, of course, they've been rotating out these fourths. You've seen Commonly, you've seen Suspector, you got Stellar there, you got Victory X, just left and right. But they really need to, figure out what is the big problem here. Is it the players, or do Lunch and Roy really need to reevaluate how they're playing it? And we're going to find out a lot in this game.
Yeah, this series is going to be huge. Even this game's going to be huge. It's going to be CTF on Truth. And running through the rest of the game types is going to be Slayer, Rig, Strongholds, Empire, CTF Fathom, and then Slayer on Eden. So nothing really standing out too much to me in terms of those game types like it was last series. But here we go with the newest addition to the squad. It's going to be Stellar, and already a little miscommunication. Two people going for the sword, Ninja and Stellar. Looks like Hammy commonly is going to be able to get that kill onto Ninja, and at the same time, 2 grenades flying onto Stellar. So again, right from the get-go, that's not the start for EG that you want to see.
Right, and Spartan gets taken out in P2. You got Hammy with a carbine and a sword, jumping around top center, getting a lot of shots down here on Lunchbox. Oh, you have Ninja being able to sneak up behind him and take him out. That's a great job. Ninja coming off the spawn there, pushing Carside and taking out the sword player.
Ninja didn't mean to clamor there, so that may cost him his life. We'll see what happens. Nice grenades coming in. Nice job even getting that bold true trade there onto Spartan, who was going for the Spartan charge. And again, I don't know what to call it when Spartan does a Spartan charge. I don't know if we just call it a charge or not, so we'll have to get clarification on that.
Spartan square charge?
Maybe, we'll see. But it's been back and forth so far, and now you see Team Liquid finally getting a little bit of map positioning here. It's going to be commonly pushing in with the pistol. He also has the sword in his back pocket, so he'll be able to run the flag a little bit faster. Waits for his shields. Perfect timing coming out from him. Another kill going into Penguin's hands. Think they should be able to ground pound this one in, and I think that's going to be it. Yes, Team Liquid, they're going to go up 1-0, and EG, they're going to have an opportunity to counter cap because they did pick up a couple slays.
All right, Rain grabs a quick double, gets another player weak who will be taken out as well. That's players dead left and right. You got the flag. Roy jumping and throwing that flag out the window there. Hammy or Commonly is going to push down. Knows there's still a player here in front of the base. Gives some callouts to his teammates, but nobody's able to actually pick up that kill. Now Rain will grab one. Now make that a double kill. That's going to be a quick return here for Team Liquid. Now they have essentially map control with the new fuel rod spawning.
Yeah, nice job by Commonly just to slow play this one, waiting for players to push into Pink 2, busts out the Splinter Grenade, has to get that kill. He does onto Roy, but Roy took him down to no shields, so good job trading kills for the Borg. And they need to get pink control here for EG because the camo's dropping here pretty soon. I like how Lunchbox is playing this one, but he gave up his position on the radar. So Penguin drops down, gets the trade. Here's an epic 2v2 now. Everyone battling for position in that P1 area. Spartan and Ninja go for the trade. So Roy in position for what this camo has been burned. So a nice job by EG at least battling back for a little bit of map position here.
Oh, and Roy going for the ground pound. Good job by Penguin actually taking out that player. You do have 2 members of EG in the base, but Rain with some good shots to pick up the kill on Stellar. You got Commonly here contesting Lunchbox, who actually will take him out as well. It's going to be yet another flag return, still 1-0 lead. New fuel rod going over the hands of Ninja. He's going to be taken out by Spartan here as well. That's fuel rod down top center.
Yeah, Spartan and Ninja. Remember when these guys used to always play together? I'm not sure if they still do, but definitely 2 very emotional players that have a very, very high skill gap in terms of their ceiling. And if they get it going, we're definitely in for a show. But either way, Liquid, they are up 1-0 here in this game. And Kyle, you were talking about the playoff implications. This is a huge series at this point in the game. We're on week number 4 here in only 7 weeks, so the game is becoming so much more important than the earlier stages of the season.
Yeah, let's talk about that too a little bit further here where it's not too much action. And, you know, there's a lot of teams competing for those top 4 spots. Everyone's going to be looking at Envy and Optic to make it in no matter what. That's going to leave the last 2 spots. You got an E6, you got Evil Geniuses, you got Liquid, and now the new contender, you got LOL making a run for that spot. So LOL's already got the head-to-head advantage on Evil Geniuses and on Team Liquid for defeating both of those teams. So whoever wins this one has that head-to-head advantage. Should we be looking at a tie?
Yeah, that's why it's such an interesting day. And then you have Allegiance, who kind of got the short end of the stick in terms of their draw for this week, where they got to play Envy, which is the #1 squad in terms of the seeds right now. So it's going to be tough for Allegiance to win that series, but if they're at least able to keep that series close, then that's going to say a lot by how the rest of this season is going to pan out. If all of these teams are jockeying for those final 4 spots, it's going to be absolutely insane, Kyle.
Wow, a lot of action happening here, car side of the base, although Ninja gets taken out. Spartan just flying across the map, takes that one out of Commonly's book. Not going to work out for him, though. Looks like he was just trying to go over and contest camo, but it's not going to be enough cover to help out his team as all 4 members just get taken out.
Yeah, here's the push coming in for EG, but it's not going to work out, and Liquid's going to start to push into P2 over here. As you can see on the player outline, Stellar's over here in the car side. He's going to have to get out of this area pretty soon, or he's going to have to push into the base. Looks like he's instead goes top center, and Comley's already cutting that off. So poor positioning coming out for Stellar. He needed to realize that he had to go over into the bubble and make his way into the base, and that's not going to work out for him. So either way, Comley over here with that fuel rod misses his jump into the window, or he just had to back off there. Now is in a pretty weird position, but his teammates do have nice cover all around him. That's going to be 3 dead. EG on spawn here, but Lunchbox gets a big kill onto Rain. While that's happening, Spartan pushes, but look at the spawns. EG in that bubble, and they finally shut him down. So unfortunate for Spartan that no one on his team was able to control that bubble area, and that means EG is able to possibly get some map control here, and Lunchbox in P2 is going to need someone else to push in top center. Don't challenge that all the way, so nice shot backing off, and as you can see, Twin Brother pushing in over towards top car. Ninja going under the base a little bit too early on that push, and now Liquid smells blood and pushes on P2.
Oh, and then Penguin versus Lunchbox 1v1 battle. Lunchbox is going to get the better end of that, but Spartan quickly there to come clean up that kill. Speaking of Spartan, yeah, that sword flagpole earlier, although, you know, I like where his head's at on focusing the objective, being really quick on execution there, but that's one of the things, you know, if you're at this level and no one's blocking that carbine bubble, you know there's somebody's going to spawn there. Maybe not both team members, but they in fact did, but at least one person's going to pop up in that bubble.
Yeah, I look at Lunchbox, though, who won that 1v1 against Rain for the whole reason why this game's not 2-0 right now, because if Rain was able to get that kill, definitely Spartan would have pulled that flag over towards that pink side, but he figured since that map, or that part of the map was where Lunchbox was, he thought that the influence would be over towards pink 1 or under the base. That just wasn't the case because the bubble was open. So here we have EG able to get a couple kills here. That's 2 dead and 1 stuck under the base with the remaining player over in the bubble area. They need to come back and secure this cap here, and that's something that a new team could make an easy mistake on. So let's see what happens. You see Penguin rushing in here for a pull. They're going for the ground pound, and Zane Penguin ends up bringing the flag underneath the base. So Stellar realizes that as soon as Stellar goes up with that camo, Penguin goes over his head. There's 2 players on this return. Are they able to get it? They do! Oh no! So even though Stellar able to get 2 kills, the flag not a priority there. So Stellar a little late to the party.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one because if Stellar did not go below the base, they would have secured that capture. But that was a great job by Penguin distracting Stellar. Whether or not he had any idea that he was actually drawing the camo player down below the base, I don't know or can't speak on. But regardless, it worked out perfectly, and Liquid comes away with a huge victory on that return.
Yeah, the way that Liquid's playing this one, they seem to be the better CTF Truth team, even though the score is not quite out of hand yet. Just from what I'm seeing, the way that these guys are collapsing and also just using the numbers to their advantage, I think that they're going to be able to also get this cap because Ninja's the last guy alive. And let's see where Ninja's actually located. He's actually getting a flagpole and has the sword, so nice job by him getting a kill. Lunchbox also getting another kill. Now there's only 1 alive on the side of Liquid, and possible counter cap coming out for EG. So I'm not sure who didn't watch where Ninja was supposed to be and who was the person that was supposed to come back with the flag, but that's a huge mistake for Liquid.
Ooh, and 2 dead now for Liquid, so this is a good opportunity. Lunchbox doing a fantastic job tracking down this flag player. Commonly not able to do much here. Did he just pick up a back smack? He did! No way did that just happen.
He tossed the flag up, thrusted back, and then got the beat down. It was an assassination, I think, but that player was no shields at the same time. So fantastic outsmart coming from Commonly is going to buy them a little bit more time. Interestingly enough, Kyle, it may be a little too early for this, but we've seen flag standoffs last a very long time. And I wouldn't doubt if this one did. And as I say that, there was the return Spartan.
I'd be surprised if it lasted very long, Tom, because that's going to be Spartan on the return. Quick 2-0 lead. Not a whole lot of time left in this game, and you can see in the kill feed, 2 more players get taken out. They're not able to, who is this down here? Stellar not able to predict where the sword player is going, trying to be a distraction as best as possible. Spartan, does he live here? If he lives here.
How does he live? Oh my, someone missed a shot for sure. Maybe it was Ninja, because Ninja was the guy that died. But you have a player that flanked P1, and look at these guys staying alive, no shields, right when they need to. Roy going in there, getting that kill. Is he going to be able to get the return, though, is the question. Twin Brother Lunchbox over there doing whatever he can. He realizes this is the last cap. It's pretty much up to him. Penguin getting a huge triple kill. Now it's on Stellar, the newest addition, to try to get a pull. He does get the touch, goes underneath the base like Penguin did, but didn't get the flag out enough. There goes the ground pound. Game number 1 going on over to Team Liquid. in pretty dominating fashion.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at these slays. Team Liquid heavily outslaying Evil Geniuses, and this is the new Evil Geniuses squad as well. Stellar sitting at 14 kills, Penguin 26 kills, and then you've got the OBJ Mastermind. Commonly, they're all 3 flag captures. He is somebody, we saw a little bit out of Spartan there too. Spartan, 3 flag returns, commonly 3 flag captures. These guys are just so quick to push out of the base and be those aggressors here for their squad.
Yeah, all 3 out of their 4 flag returns. That's amazing. And I think one of the flag returns was actually a shared one. So I think Spartan was a part of all of those, and that's huge. And it just seems like they really were the better CTF Truth team. I mean, they played that very well. They took advantage of all the situations that were given to them. They had one minor mistake where they didn't come back and cap the one flag that they should have had, but either way, they still played it fantastic, especially that play right there where
that was
Stellar with the camo. That was just so unfortunate, and in my opinion, that was pretty much the game once that
happened.
right
here, too.
Yeah, this was big. Not getting that kill.
Lunchbox was missing so many
and then he comes
shots.
up and gets beat down, so I don't know. That's just mixed execution, I guess you could say, from the side of Evil Geniuses, and maybe they're a little bit jittery, or maybe just Liquid's putting that much pressure it's forcing the mistakes and misplays for EG.
I mean, Evil Geniuses really needs to turn it around because they made a team change. They dropped Victory. They picked up Stellar. Though, if you had to rank everyone that switched teams in a skill order, you're going to put Stellar at number 1. Shooter Stellar. There's number 1 and 2 spots probably as far as people that actually change teams, and they're just not able to do anything with it. And Liquid comes out and just dominates game 1.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is it's not all about one player here. One player can make a big difference, but I just don't think with this EG squad that Victory X was the problem, and we've seen that happen with EG in the past with, the Commonly situation and things like that. So that Commonly, he's got, a lot. This is his former team here. This is his former squad, so he could probably bring some things to the table and, give some intel on what the strategies are. And I'm not a big fan of what Spartan's doing here, but, at the same time, his teammates are picking up kills. So Spartan with the SMG making his way over behind, and that's going to be 3 kills to 1 for EG, which is interesting because based on what we saw from Spartan, it was pretty much a 3v4 to start the game.
Yeah, 3-1 lead and make that 3-2 here as you got Evil Geniuses starting to collapse in the base. I don't think Spartan knows there's another player here at SMG. Stellar grabs a kill and escapes.
Yeah, so let's see what happens with Penguin, because Penguin was huge last game, especially with that camo play when Stellar was going in and got that return. But either way, EG, they've come out here and had a bad start. It was 3-1, but now 6-4. So able to get snipe control, shotgun in Roy's hands here. And this is a big sign for a new team. You get full setup, you're down 1-0 in the series, you have the lead. If you're not able to hold this setup here, you might as well look into getting another team change.
Well, unfortunately for them, they will not be able to do that because you are limited to 1 change here during that transfer period, and they did in fact use that here on recruiting Stellar. So, I mean, Evil Genius is far from out of this. 8-5 lead now. Good job by them kind of picking back up any slack that they had with to start this game. You got those splinter nades, you got lots of frag nades. I like their positioning and their setup, and you can see on those player outlines from Team Liquid, they are working really well in like groups of 2 here. I'd like to see them wait for this plasma caster before they actually commit to a charge.
Yeah, Roy, he has to be spotted because of the fact that the hit markers came on the grenade, but he's still full shield, so not too worried. There goes the push going into Whitehall, gets 1 kill. However, he does trade. That's Penguin, the last guy alive, to get that kill on the shotgun player. So if Penguin can stay alive, which he does, that's going to be pretty big because now they flipped map positioning on the side of EG. So EG's going to have to eventually get back in position when this camo's coming up here soon. And nice job by Ninja staying alive somehow and taking down Penguin, but does trade kills here. So Liquid in a pretty decent position. However, Roy trying to shut that down, and Lunch trying to shut that down too, but Hammy finally getting a kill.
All right, and that's going to be Spartan here that now grabs this new sniper. So they're only down by 4 kills or 5 kills now here, so still very close game. I like what Spartan's doing here, moving away. You got Roy with the plasma caster still, so you got to be careful on that one. Good job just bouncing on those boxes, avoiding any potential grenades that might be headed his direction here. You can see in these player outlines there are 2 players here still at tower. Might be splitting up a little bit here. So Spartan, he's got that sniper still. Interesting that he doesn't even have this weapon out, looking for any of these headshots quite yet. They're getting split spawns on him, though. Not able to hit that first shot.
Roy
just like
snuck
that.
with the camo. Roy actually had the camo and made his way over towards open field with the plasma caster, and nobody was expecting it on the Liquid side. I think that they were under the impression that the camouflage had been burned, and Roy just played that so slow and so sneaky that he used his entire camo, and that killing spree is the big difference maker here. As you can see, 6-kill lead, and without that killing spree, it'd pretty much be virtually tied. So Penguin doing a nice job finally shutting down that spree, and now it's going to be on Timmy Tinkler's hands to try to bring this game back for Liquid.
Okay, now they do know that there's a player hiding in Tower 2. Penguin gets taken weak here. You got Stellar charging out. Sparn able to pick up the kill when Rain hits a nice body shot with that sniper to take him no shields. They're just sent up in bunker. They know they want to make sure they block the spawn here. Don't let any funny business kind of happen. And of course, Stellar's coming off spawn here at the barrel, so they're going to be quickly spreading out again. Still got 20 seconds left before that next plasma caster spawns, though.
There actually is funny business because Ninja has a sniper of his own with 3 bullets. So very interesting to see that a sniper still on the map and that EG's been able to keep Ninja alive this entire time. So let's see what Ninja's going to elect to do, because he's pretty much the only player on EG with a weapon that could potentially bring these guys back.
Right, and that new plasma caster's up. He's got 3 shots. He's probably just going to start shooting some no-scopes over here. Hits one of them. That's going to take Sparn out. 1 shot left. Hits another body shot. But look, he's getting claps on heavily here by Commonly and another player, Spartan pushing. Plasma caster is going to be down now. We're all tied up in this one.
And Rain still has the sniper in his hands this entire time. Made his way over towards basement window. He's weak. 1 nade would kill him, so he needs to get out of there immediately. And actually sprinted when his shields were still down, so it's going to take him a little bit longer to get back in there. That was the player that picked up the camo. Stellar has this one. Nice job switching over his DMR so we can light him up. Stellar, though, heads up play from him, able to do the thrust jump and the clamber to make his way over towards bottom tower, now rotating over towards the barrels. We'll see what happens, because Rain's in a pretty decent position to run out of there if he feels in danger, and he probably should do so because Stellar's coming around with his camo.
Yeah, and Sparn, he's got to try to track him down here. He's got the plasma caster, but a good nade from Stellar is going to take him out. The camo still got plenty of it left. He's got a few shots here on his plasma caster, but no, he's not able to use it.
It's interesting to see him go for that caster when he had good positioning and he had the storm rifle, which is a pretty solid gun in its own right when you have the camos. So I felt like he could have just let that one go, called it out for a teammate, and let someone else pick that one up while he still utilized his camo for a couple more seconds, because that guy could call you out on your death screen or predict where you're going to go, and that's exactly what Commonly did. So now the map's been reset and Team Liquid's right back in this game.
All right, here Rain is finally going to spot this player that is back rails. He does get a weak from him, so decides I'm just going to run away in the situation. Nobody else from EG was able to like kind of collapse on that position, and he's just going to take that sniper right off the map.
Thought he was going to go drop down into basement window and do some sort of thrust. That was kind of a weird route for him, but either way, throwing the snipe off isn't the worst decision in the world, but we'll see what happens, because EG's started to build up on their lead a little bit and bring this right back in their favor. So it's 4-kill lead here, sniper rifle and camo dropping now, so we'll see what happens. That camo, I think, is probably around that 440 mark, but it looks like they're ready for that on the Liquid side, and Lunchbox wasn't aware that the players were behind him.
All right, you got Rain picking up that new plasma caster. He's getting a call out that there's players over here in bunker. Starts unloading some of those shots here. You got somebody trying to collapse on him, but not looking. He does get the hit markers on Ninja. Will be able to finish off that kill. Lunchbox with the sniper over at barrels. We'll go ahead and jump on board with him as he's able to move away with this. This is the full sniper. Still got lots of ammo here left. Working with his twin brother Roy, starting to collapse back here on Carbine. They do not know that there are no players here, though.
Yeah, while this is happening, the camouflage has dropped, so Lunchbox doing whatever he can to make sure that Evil Geniuses can get this one. Nice job getting that shotgun over towards that barrel side. Still has plenty of snipe ammo, like you said, Kyle, so this is the opportunity for EG to run away with this one and tie the series back up 1-1 here. Don't want to give anything over to Liquid, because if Liquid's able to come back from this 7-kill lead and win this game, it's going to be disastrous for EG, not only in this game, but for their entire season. So Lunchbox has to slow play this one, make sure he stays alive with the snipe, and just value his life here, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, does a good job timing that thrust to make it back into Tower 1. Does that just to avoid grenades, doesn't want to get killed by any of those there. He does, however, miss a no-scope. Rather than challenging, decides just to back up. It's one of the things you have to do when you only have like a sniper and a shotgun. You're not able to switch weapons quickly in a mid-range battle to try to pick up any of those kills here, but he is doing a great job at locking down Tower 2.
I like how he's valuing the height position at the same time too, so Lunchbox, one of the things that he always mentioned is everything is calculated. So constantly just evaluating the situations as they come and rotating the snipe perfectly in this scenario. And it's awesome to see Lunchbox get some weapons in his hands, because he's typically the person that is always doing the dirty work, opening up the map for his team, very similar to how like Kratos does. And when that happens, you're typically on the other end of the stat spectrum, because you're not getting the weapons that you need to do, and you have a lot of assists because of how aggressive that you're playing. So we're seeing Lunchbox use these weapons to pretty much perfection so far, and we'd like to see him get more of these opportunities.
Ooh, and that's going to be a big kill, but 49 kills here. That's going to be a comeback and a half if I've ever seen one. They're able to get anything here going. Hammy not even able to pick up that kill on Ninja, and it's going to turn into a trade there, and just like that, 50-36 victory. Take a look at some of these stats, and you said if Roy ever needs to step up, that's exactly what he did. 15 kills, 13 assists, 7 deaths. That's all White's top front page news.
Yeah, Roy is, in my opinion, one of the best players in terms of his shot, decision-making, communication, all-around game when he's playing at his highest level. And he's a force to be reckoned with. So it's awesome to see these guys finally step it up there. I was really worried about them with how sloppy game number 1 is, but apparently it's just a game type thing where I think that Liquid really has CTF Truth figured out, and these guys on EG really have to look at that film and find out where they fell short, because now we're moving into Empire Strongholds, which I think is a good EG game type. Ninja, very knowledgeable in this game type. I'm sure he shared that to the rest of his team. Roy and Lunch already on the same page. I'm sure Stellar doesn't take that long to get on the same page in this Empire Strongholds. So I think that EG, with that win, is going to be able to help turn this series around. Are they going to be able to win this one? I don't know. I think that CTF Fathom and Slayer Eden are a little bit Liquid heavy, but again, if you get that momentum and you go up 2-1 in this series, that's going to be big for EG.
Yeah, let's not forget that EG actually defeated Optic Gaming on this game type here as well. So, I mean, I don't know why I want to give this one over to Liquid. I just think like it fits their playstyle really well, but that old EG roster beat Optic Gaming here on Strongholds Empire.
Yeah, and again, if Roy's able to continue this performance, it's going to be very hard for Team Liquid to hang, because I think that the only, Rain, Penguin, commonly, Spartan, they're all great players. But in my opinion, I think that if all the players are playing at their best on both teams, in my opinion, I would say Roy is probably the best next to Spartan. So it's interesting to see who's going to be able to step it up here. Now, it's Roy stepped it up. I would say it's Spartan's turn to step it up in this next game.
Oh, and what a great timing on that overshield to get it and stay alive. He was almost taken out. It's going to be a big win to start this one here for Evil Geniuses. They wanted to see that happen. Now he's able to get back into the pit here and contest this hill. So neither team really able to do anything here quite yet. Spartan gets into a 2v1 situation here. Gets the call outs here. Rain comes in, tries to finish it off, gets a reset on the hill. So great job here by Liquid, really putting up a fight here for Pit.
Yeah, look at this. Liquid doing a fantastic job baiting and switching in that pit area, but EG doing an even better job clearing these guys out. And I think they're going to be able to get this. Yeah, they do. So Pit going on over to Evil Geniuses, and that's a fantastic start for them. They also have the timing on the overshield, since Roy was the one to grab that one. So we'll see what the strategy here is for Team Liquid. Typically, you want to try to go outside and get control that way, but Ninja's already out here, so it's going to be so tough for these guys on Liquid to push. And it looks like they're going in towards this blue base, and that forces Ninja to rotate over there. And I don't think he necessarily had to, so they're getting aggressive on this triple cap, and everyone's spawning in the security side. So it looks like they're locking down that red base and aware of that. And now a couple slays going on over to Liquid. This is their opportunity, and Rain hops right in that pit, has support. Players are going to be flying in from Turbine. It's contested, but not enough. So again, I don't think that EG needed to get aggressive on that, and they coughed up the pit because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great job by Liquid. They battled for the blue base stronghold. They won 2-0 as far as the numbers advantage go, and immediately pushed and were able to secure pit. So that's a great job by them. A little over commitment here from Evil Geniuses going for that when you had that kind of control there, but Liquid answers back right away, takes advantage of the mistake.
Yeah, Rain not adding that much pressure on the map. I would have liked to see him laying down some shots over there from that security side, but he's just giving up the side base and the pit at the same time. So just not enough pressure, in my opinion, coming out from Rain. But either way, they were able to secure the overshield, and they were able to get the slays. So I think that the pit should be going on over to these guys. And as I was saying, Rain in perfect position to grab this. So he rotated all the way around the map. However, EG did get the players out of the pit. So I'm not sure if this trade is going to pay off for these guys quite yet.
I don't know how they got them out of that pit. It looked like Ninja was the last guy alive, and two members of Liquid, or at least one, but two members potentially of Liquid were in that pit hill, but Ninja was able to delay long enough for his teammates to spawn. It's a great job by him. Oh, and that's not what you want to see when you walk around a corner, is a giant green ball heading towards your face to take that overshield off. Fortunately, it's not going to pick up a kill for Lunchbox and actually puts a triple cap back over to Liquid.
They don't
so
have to challenge
this gap.
though. They don't have to challenge. They need to just back off here. And Rain has nice move coming from Rain. It's rare to see someone stay alive for this long in this game type. So Rain's been doing a fantastic job so far. He also has the Splinter Grenade, so perfect execution for Rain on that grenade. Also lays down some nice shots onto Stellar, and they just need to control this outside area, and that's exactly what Spartan's doing here. So just watch out for that pit, because they're going to be capturing red base, and as soon as EG is going to be capturing blue base, you can assume that they're going to go outside. So everyone needs to be aware of this turbine push, and that's what Penguin's doing. So we'll see what happens here. Both teams aware of where all the other players are.
Ooh, what a great Splinter Nade from Commonly, who grabs a quick double kill there. It'll be interesting to see if Evil Geniuses is pushing for the base or they're pushing for the pit here. Commonly is contesting red base in case anyone pushes, but no one's actually committed to that. Lunchbox doesn't catch him on radar, and that's going to probably be a free kill here for Commonly. It, in fact, is, and wow, now they're a triple cap back for Liquid. 40-28 as far as the score goes, and they might be able to get over here to blue base and contest this, or at least hide and maybe catch somebody off guard pushing out.
Yeah, and look at Commonly, he's just going to immediately push back in there because he saw an opportunity, gets that killing spree, and Overshield coming up here in the next 10 seconds. We'll see what happens. They don't have to allocate so many resources toward the security side, but if they're at least using some teamwork, it could pay off for them. Multiple players over there for EG, though, trying to get the saw. There you can see the kills going on over to, stick out of nowhere for Commonly, but we'll see what happens with the Overshield. There it is, there's the Overshield player right there. Nice nade coming in for Lunchbox, going to take at least half of his Overshield off, if not all of it. There, Lunchbox almost taking Spartan down single-handedly. Nice job from him, but either way, Liquid's still racking up the points, Kyle.
Yeah, and you do have, if you can tell in the kill feed there, you got Ninja here with a saw. It looks like he is pretty much out of ammo in this weapon, although he is trying to push and capture this stronghold base here for the squad. Rain is pushing into contest, but Ninja, big reversal there. That is a game-changing play, and that's going to put a triple cap over to Evil Genius's Rain with a crucial mistake.
Yeah, Ninja clutched it right there and just slow playing this one, and we'll see what happens because it looked like Team Liquid in really prime position to win this one and go up 2-1 in the series, but EG answering right back here. So no power-ups or power weapons in the foreseeable future. Going to be pretty much all pistols and assault rifles from here on out.
When Penguin does win a 1v1 there against EG, but it's finished off as well. It's finally going to break the triple cap there for Team Liquid. Still have a little bit of a lead, but it is diminishing very, very quickly still. You have new overshields in about a minute, 45 seconds or so. Commonly does grab one kill. It's going to be one dead for Evil Geniuses, so they do have a numbers advantage. This would be a big win. That's a last shot medal too.
Wow, so Lunchbox picks up a double kill while all that's happening, and you would look at Commonly's screen and expect more pressure coming out for Team Liquid, but it's just not there. However, they did build up a pretty decent lead, so it's not the end of the world for these guys, but Overshield coming up here soon and that saw dropping. This is the big minute in the game, Kyle. Whoever goes huge in these next 30 seconds should be able to go up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, this game's about to be tied up here right now. There's not going to be a whole lot of changes left in this game as we're getting down to just under 6 minutes left to play in regulation.
Wow,
here.
How did that happen? Right underneath their nose, picking up the pit and getting 2 kills was Rain. However, Ninja rotated over towards the side base, so we'll see if that trade's going to be worth it for these guys. Spartan ends up picking up the overshield. Now, they should be valuing the pit here. I like that Zane Penguin has rotated over towards the side base. He should be able to easily capture that one, but Spartan needs to get into more height position, and that's exactly what he did here. Has the bolt shot, but is going to drop it for the saw. So there you go. Now Spartan's in really prime position here. His teammate is in the way, though, so they need to spread out ASAP. Rain getting that kill onto Roy. Now Spartan just running around here, not knowing exactly where to go because his teammates are filling out such good positions. So once he finds a spot, he should be able to lay down some serious damage, but it looks like he's just going to crouch it off and just try to bait the strongholds towards the middle.
And Stellar does not get a melee off on him, although, and he will get taken out. So that's going to put the saw back over in the hands of Roy here. Now you have the lead back in the hands of Liquid. I really like what Spartan was able to do, especially when he was in that Splinter Nade spawn with his teammate. Rather than like pushing his teammate, maybe messing up his shots or preventing a thrust backwards, he just ran away immediately and let Rain actually win the 1v1.
Yeah, Penguin was huge right there because he stayed alive and then ended up getting a trade in a 2v1, which created all this mayhem in the pit there for Team Liquid, and Commonly also doing a nice job keeping his shields. Lunchbox clutches it with a double, but actually gets out of the Stronghold, which gives the reset, and then ends up dropping. Wow, Commonly giving Ninja the business, the 1-2-3 beatdown there, and there's the triple cap temporarily coming out. That gets ended. Only one more push here for EG before they're down 2-1 in this one.
Ooh, Spartan gets caught out looking around the corner, immediately runs away as quickly as possible, waiting for his shields, trying to work with Commonly. They know as long as they buy time, this game's almost over, and they're going to take a lead in this series. Only 5 seconds left in the Stronghold. Evil Geniuses really needs to clutch it up right now, but that stick is not going to be what they need here. As long as Commonly's able to get in this hill and contest it for a moment, they're actually going to secure that victory. And I don't think they're going to be able to get this in time, especially when Rain jumps into the hill, prevents that from being captured. And let's take a look at some of these stats here. Commonly going big in this Strongholds, and the newest addition to Evil Geniuses, not pulling the same kind of weight that they were hoping for from him in order to, come out and take this series.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Oh, sorry, got a little carried away there.
Oh, I was really into it, Tom, actually. All right, but either way here, of course, what a convincing win for Team Liquid. They're playing that really well, and right here too, Ninja winning that 1v1 was ridiculously clutch considering how far down they were, and still being able to bring that one back was, or Team Liquid still being able to close that one out after something like that in a clutch play, giving Evil Geniuses those opportunities is not what you want to see.
Not at all, and Commonly, he's a man on a mission, going huge in that Empire Strongholds game in the Slays, going huge with the objective in the CTF Truth game. You could tell that he really wants this. He's playing, for revenge. These guys, they pointed at him and said, hey, you were part of the reason while we were losing. I'm sure they all took responsibility, but he's playing for something here, and it shows in his gameplay. So moving into CTF Fathom, I think that Liquid, they have the series in their grasp now. I thought for sure EG was going to be able to win that one. I felt like they were a very strong Empire Strongholds team. But now going into CTF Fathom, again, Commonly so ruthless with the objective here, you can assume that he's going to have tons of flagpoles and just be so annoying that you're going to have to adjust your gameplay accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, and this is not a good game type to be playing on right now, I think, if you're Evil Geniuses, because we've seen Team Liquid have a lot of success on this against Optic Gaming, against everyone else they played. We've seen huge numbers from Spartan, from Penguin, who is so effective at controlling power weapons, especially maps that have the railgun on them. So this is going to be a scary moment being down 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, and you could see that Commonly fully aware of what Roy was trying to do in the beginning of the game. Roy, if you've been watching a little bit of CTF Fathom from EG's side, always making his way aggressively into the enemy base and getting a quick flagpole, but Ninja actually has the camo here and picked up a double kill. So really great opportunity here for EG, down 2-1 in the series, but in a solid position to get a pull here.
I like what we're seeing here at Rain, decides just to not challenge Ninja, tries to pick up the kill on the flag carrier. Penguin's going to be top center, grab that kill, not able to secure the return. However, Ninja pushes out right in front of a player. That's going to be Commonly. That's Royborg now running the flag here as he gets taken out.
Commonly gets the double, so that flag just continuing to sit there. So now 3 players spawning over here towards the elbow side. It's going to be an epic battle in front of the Evil Geniuses base for whoever's going to be able to get this first clutch here. And you got to think that that was an easy flagpole for Evil Geniuses, and there goes the pull. And Spartan with the railgun. Where's he set up, though? He's set up over top center, so perfect position for Spartan. Actually dropped down bottom center right when I said that, and he's just trying to do whatever he can to make sure these guys aren't pushing onto the porch. But Zane Penguin actually made his way over towards the elbow side of the map and got the pull, which is going to halt EG from being able to push this in. 3 dead. Last player, Roy, over there on the porch. Is Roy going to be able to get the clutch? I don't think he is. Wow. Team Liquid gets the return.
And that was Commonly's grenade, staying alive in that situation, actually pick up that kill on Roy and secure that return. That's got to be heartbreaking for Evil Geniuses, knowing that they just gave up that capture.
Yeah, definitely. Commonly clutched it with the double kill to start that one, bounced the grenade off the wall there, and Stellar with some fantastic shots on the Penguin though. And here's a big point of the game, Kyle. Railgun dropping here right now, and then the camo going to be up anytime soon. So EG feeling really confident with their positioning. They start to charge in. Lunchbox though doesn't get that trade, and 2 crucial kills going out for Team Liquid make that 3, and what turned to be what will look to be Evil Genius's turn to try to get a cap here with their control ends up being Team Liquid now with the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, they were grabbing Railgun, they had numbers advantage, they had top mid control, and they weren't able to do anything as Team Liquid clutches that up, prevents anything from being secured there. Now Stellar grabs a quick double kill, so that's going to help out a lot in this situation. But everyone is coming off spawn, and Tom, look at the kills here. Rain doesn't know the game started.
Yeah, Rain with the goose so far. He's going to have to step it up here. Penguin getting a couple kills, and we've seen Commonly go off. So definitely looking to Rain to step it up here and realize that, again, this game has started. So we're over here. He's trying to get his first kill over there onto Ninja, and no one able to pick anybody up yet. And there's going to be 2 kills going over to Liquid. Penguin's going to get that return at the same time. So that's 2 flags now, which looked like it could have been a cap for Evil Geniuses. That Team Liquid said no. And Penguin with that railgun as Rain picks up his first kill. So now the game has started for Rain. We'll see what happens with his boy Penguin though, because I love watching this guy play. Very fluid map movement, very confident in the way that he runs around the map here. And we haven't seen him really go into full form yet this season.
And if you want the railgun in anybody's hands, it's got to be Penguin's. He's absolutely one of the best players here with this weapon. Now he's showing us exactly why. He gets great angles. He great time to, knows when he needs to shoot the rail, knows when he needs not to. He's always paying attention to the mini-map as well, the radar there, trying to catch any different angles, players sneaking around, things like that. Now you do have still several members dead now for each squad. Rain gets in a 1v1 with Lunchbox. Both players decide just to back down.
Yeah, this is back and forth. I mean, this is one of those games that we may see a replay here based on how this one's going. It's just constantly players clutching it. No flags even, you know, getting close to being scored besides that EG one. And it's a little bit worrisome for Team Liquid because they haven't been able to infiltrate the EG base. And EG, what they do so well is set up in the engine and play extreme defense, mainly Lunchbox and Roy, who you can see on your screen sitting over there. But there it is, Penguin clutching it with a couple kills. Now Rain playing a little bit of meat shield over here. Not going to be enough though. He has to back off. Multiple players are going to be spawning in the silo. However, one person has made his way over towards the pit, which is Ninja. Now Ninja trying to be a distraction. He's the last guy alive. Is he going to be able to get the return? It's really close. It does get returned. So Rain not in good enough position, and so many kills going over to Liquid, but no flags.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I like that play. Look, Penguin had no idea Spartan was about to get 2-3 kills with that railgun. Could have gone for the flag much earlier. Takes the longer route to secure kills as opposed to immediately run the flag. And Ninja's heads up play to go directly for the return pays off.
Rain has to definitely step it up so far. He's looking a little slow in the kill feed, but he's also looking a little slow in his decisions that he's making. So I think that he has to really step it up here for Team Liquid to finish this series off, because again, it doesn't get any easier here in the Pro League. These teams, when they're down 2-1 and it's elimination time, this is when they step up and have that never say die mentality, especially Evil Geniuses. So you guarantee they don't want to lose to Commonly, and definitely want to see Timmy Tinkler step it up here.
Right, now you got Lunchbox holding down the treehouse. Nobody actually pushed immediately for that flag return, which I really like out of Commonly, just throwing that out, being a distraction, buying a whole lot of time for his team. Penguin, great shots, not missing anything here with that light rifle. Rain with the nade shot, and there's Stellar who's going to be weak. That's a double kill. Does he know that there's a player hiding in porch? It doesn't look like he does, but nobody's able to keep him weak. Rain with 3 kills essentially now. Last player putting shots down does pick up that kill. That's a kind of a big mistake here from Team Liquid.
Spawn. I think Roy got off the spawn and had a nice push over there, but I think that that was a lucky spawn over there for EG. I have to rewatch that, but I'm not sure if there was a grenade influence coming in on the silo, or too many people from Team Liquid were pressuring that side of the map, or if Roy was just actually alive. But to me, it seemed like that was a pretty fortunate spawn for these guys.
Ninja having a real hard time trying to make this jump top center. That's 2 mistakes in a row. But either way, might end up paying off, but no, he gets punished for it.
Ouch. I mean, that's very untypical from Ninja's point of view. You always see him outplaying people and doesn't even get the melee off onto Commonly to weaken him for one of his teammates. So interesting turn of events. And Penguin flying in for the trade has to be a very frustrating death for Roy. And look at Team Liquid, they're in a pretty decent position to collapse if they can just get these players out of the elbow for EG. But look at the sauce coming in for Lunchbox, looking for a triple kill onto Commonly, who actually has railgun camo, so we got to see what he's doing, Kyle.
Right, and wow, what a great shot there. That second railgun misses. Oh, that's a triple kill. Great job by Commonly using that camo effectively. Now they need to play this really well. They've got 3 members spawning an engine. Do they know everyone's already up? Oh, and a great back whack. So that's a 1-for-2 trade here. Commonly in a 1v1 now with Stellar.
Don't do it. No!
Reversal.
Commonly, are you kidding me? He was the problem. Oh my goodness, that was huge plays coming from Commonly. They should be able to put this cap in, unless whoever that is, that's Roy going in there for the return. One player alive here, he's one shot. Penguin puts it in, they're up 1-0,
Right,
Kyle.
let's take a quick peek at these stats here. Holy cow, Roy's doing work, Spartan's doing work, Penguiner still doing work. Everybody is doing work right now here for Liquid, besides Rain.
Yeah, Rain just kind of coasting, which is totally fine. If you're Rain, you totally take it. But either way, he's looking for his opportunity to step it up to bring this into a 2-0 game, because a lot of momentum on the side of Team Liquid at this point. I mean, 4.5 minutes left. They've done a fantastic job stopping all of the Evil Geniuses flag pulls and getting their returns. And Spartan's having a phenomenal game. We were talking about, the Spartan versus Roy story here. In my opinion, probably the 2 most talented players out of these 8 guys. And, if Spartan steps it up, then it has to be Roy. And if Roy steps it up, it has to be Spartan. But either way, it just looks like, from what we've seen in the CTFs, Team Liquid a little bit more on the same page.
And Lunchbox with a great Splinter Nade. Nothing can change a 1v1 like a Splinter Nade. Doesn't matter what you think is going to happen. Doesn't matter how well you're playing it and the position you're in. If somebody has a Splinter Nade, it can completely change what happens in a gunfight.
Yeah, and here's Rain's opportunity here with the railgun top center. 3.5 minutes left here with this camo coming up anytime, and needs to start railing people, and ends up missing someone over there. That was a pretty easy kill, and now waiting for the camo. But here's the thing, is a couple of his teammates have died all around him, and EG is going to be calling him out pretty quickly. I do like that Spartan charge, however. That's going to get him double Spartan charge. That's going to get him out of...
That's going to put him right into Lunchbox.
Right into danger. Nice job. But either way, the best thing is that he actually burned it there, and with 3 minutes left and only 1 more camo to come up, you can't afford to be giving that over to EG. So at least as the last guy alive, he was able to do something pretty valuable to his team, and Team Liquid picking up a couple of kills. So actually in the long run, doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, and there's a lot more that goes into that. He was able to be a distraction for so long. Clearly, Evil Geniuses is calling him out. Lunchbox is working on collapsing on... Lunchbox must have been missing some shots there, because Commonly just picked up a clutch reversal kill here. But what I was saying about the nade, so he ran away, he stayed alive for so long that he ran into Lunchbox, but Lunchbox was also taken out in that position. Just shortly after that. So he was able to stay alive so long, keep Evil Geniuses out of position, and just be a distraction for Liquid.
Yeah, and this is not looking good for EG. I mean, another flag is being tossed very far, and you can see the super toss coming out for these guys on Fathom. Love to see that one. If you guys aren't aware, you can toss the flag very, very far. Check out YouTube video, Rhinoob's YouTube video on how to toss that flag really far. But yeah, 3 dead for Evil Geniuses. That's going to be the second cap going in for Team Liquid, and based on what we've seen so far, it's almost safe to say that this series is over, because we haven't seen anything from EG in the last 10 minutes to prove otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, they are really slowing down here. They've not been able to get any real flag pulls that have looked like they're going in, besides right off the start of the game. So slowing down, running out of some gas. They're going to need something to happen here, because this is a scary moment, and Hammy with the railgun is going to say no.
Yeah, 1 minute and 40 seconds left. EG needs 2 caps and to push this one into overtime. I just don't see how this one's going to be happening while Commonly has the railgun and they're pulling a flag here. I mean, this is a decent opportunity if they can get a couple of slays, but they're not getting them quite yet. Yeah, Commonly does die there, but they're going to need a little bit more. And that flag actually gets returned and put in as all that was happening. So someone misplayed that pretty big, and Ninja only 11 kills. So
okay, look at the flag returns out of Rain though. So he might not have been leading the pack in the kills, but he was all
well, he
over
stepped it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Once we saw him sitting down at the bottom of the barrel in the kill department, he really started to turn it up, and we didn't stick with his screen that much, but yeah, the flag returns, all that type of stuff. He's kind of the flies under the radar type of player, but I'm a little bit worried about Ninja, because in my opinion, him and Roy are the 2 most important players on this team, and he's extremely underperforming in this series. And we all know he's been playing a lot of H1Z1. He's getting tons of viewers in that game. 3,000-4,000 viewers compared.
In that game
yeah, and I mean $20,000 in donations.
It's 61,000.
61,000? That's insane. So it makes me wonder, where is his mind at when he's playing Halo? You know, when you're making that much money playing other games and things like that, you can lose focus from Halo. But Halo's his go-to. It's his passion. It's what he loves, and you know he doesn't want to underperform like this. So
well, it's even worse than that too, because if you just drop a player, you have to come out and perform to make sure that everyone knows it was the right play.
Right. That's true. I mean, again, I didn't think Victory X was the problem on this team. I think that it's really just lies with Lunchbox, Roy, and Ninja. Those three guys really have to step it up, and they have to show to Stellar, like, hey, Stellar, this is the right move for you to come over to this team. And there aren't any excuses here. There isn't the, oh, we didn't have time to mesh. It's our first time together. There's only 7 weeks, Kyle. We're already in week 4. The time to step it up is now, and Team Liquid did that.
Yeah, we talked about that race, we brought up in the middle of the game. Evil Geniuses, Team Liquid, Enigma 6, and LOL. In that race, you kind of set NBS and Optic maybe very high chances of making it into the top 4 and into the finals there. But it's like we said last season, and even closer now because the talent pool is much higher and the skill gap has closed a lot. But there's a tight race for 3rd and 4th spots, and Evil Geniuses is putting themselves in a horrible position to stand any chance of qualifying. And LOL, on the other hand, and Liquid, they're doing everything they need to.
Yeah, and Luminosity even looked good today going up against Optic Gaming. They were up 2-1 in the series, could have won that one, maybe 3-1 or 3-2. Fell very short, or not very short, just fell short in the final game there, which I think was rigged. So it's going to be a very, very tight race, and Evil Geniuses, that's their 3rd loss in a row. Not looking good for them.
You're exactly correct there. Now we do have our winner view here with Spartan from Team Liquid. Tyler, how you doing? How does it feel to come out and beat Evil Geniuses?
It feels pretty good, man. Honestly, the funny thing is I don't think any of the players were really there for the vetoes. And like, I knew the second I saw we got Rick Slayer, I was like, dude, we just gave Ninja his best Slayer. So like going into that series, we kind of were like, all right, we're probably going to take this 3-1, if anything. Like, we're not going to win that Slayer. Like, it's one of our worst Slayers, and it was one of their best Slayers. Like, it was just a bad veto, so... But overall, like, the series was fun. I don't know if you guys actually saw it, but at the end of, or like halfway through Fathom, I got a kill tag.
What?
What?
Yeah. Well, we choked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
when you had the railgun.
Oh.
I was on their front base towards bottom mid. And I got it. Yeah,
when he had the railgun. I think we were watching. Whose screen were we watching during that time?
There's something on the flag.
Yeah, we were watching someone trying to do something with the flag. We were watching Rain's point of view, and we were like wondering what kind of weird routes he was taking not to run the flag. And we're like, Spartan's getting a lot of kills right now, but nobody's running the flag. So
we'll have to
that's
get that
pretty
clip
interesting.
tomorrow.
I was the only guy on their side. Like, I was the only, like, my teammates had all just died. So the kill tag was kind of irrelevant, but yeah, it's still a kill tag.
Hey, kill tag.
It's hard to. I don't think it's only happened one or twice where you get the overkill or kill tag and you don't get the flag cap off of that. But either way, CTF Fathom, you guys were looking really strong. I mean, the game was going back and forth the entire game up until you guys started to break through. What was it about it when you guys, got the flag returns? Like, you had so many flag returns in CTF Truth. You guys stopped so many EG caps that looked like it could have been it. What was that? Was it your guys' communication or just your willpower to win the game?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's the way that we like to play our flag games. We're really aggressive, but we're also highly defensive. So, like, when it comes to returning our flags, we usually just do some, like, kind of out of the norm stuff. Like, True Flag, I think we were in a standoff, actually, and I had Sword Car 1, and I knew there was, like, one guy dead, so I figured he was going to spawn their bubble. So I just, like, I ran past them and I went straight to their flag, killed a guy, and returned it, and then we capped it. It's just like we kind of do unorthodox stuff when it comes like to flag game types.
Now, Tyler, what is the difference between this Team Liquid that we saw at Esports Arena? I know you guys had kind of a decent sized choke against the LOL squad there, as opposed to what changed between where we saw you guys at with Esports Arena to where we just saw you at today?
Well, I mean, the choke was kind of like, a lot of that series was our communication. That's always been our biggest issue is communication. And I think from that point until now, we've just been really focused. Like, that's our main focus is our communication. And, not to take away from the team that we played, because they were obviously really good, but we could have definitely won that series, like, especially with the how the end of Game 5 went. We definitely could have played that better, but like I said, from that point on, like even in the tournament, our comms improved like tenfold. So that's like all we've been focusing on.
Good deal. Well, you're putting yourself in a great position here moving forward, especially making a run for that top 4 spot, picking up that head-to-head victory here now on Evil Geniuses. Spartan, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
All right, and feel better, too. It sounds like he's a little stuffed up.
Yeah, it's like playing pretty good for being sick.
Yeah, he's playing great. If you get a Killtacular while you're sick, that probably would have been a Killtrocity.
Yeah, right?
Either way, though, of course, if you like what you see and you're at home and you want to know how you can participate in the HCS Pro League, make sure you head over to halo.gg to find all the information about the open circuit, including, the upcoming events as well. I know we'll be heading over to Vegas for that open circuit finals as well here.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, we have one more match in store here for tonight, and we'll have that coming up in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.